Everyone, it's Alex, and today I'm finally making that vlog that I said I was going to make. On this channel I have a few vlogs up titled Period Issues, and this is going to be kind of what started it all. I've been wanting to make this video for quite a while, and a recent incident prompted me to finally sit down and make it. In 2015 I had to go to the hospital. For a couple years before that, my periods had been really abnormal. I had been having a period like every month. They would come every 2 months, and they would be really light, and they would last maybe a day or two. And I didn't have a gynecologist. I had a gynecologist before, but I changed insurances, and I needed to find a new one, but I never did. So that's mistake number one. If you want to keep track of all of my mistakes in this video, feel free. But yeah, I just didn't really think anything of it. I thought light periods great. But then one day, just one day out of the blue, I had a period that didn't stop. It went 10 days. Day 8, 9, I was feeling really weak the whole time. It was super heavy. Here's where the gross part starts to come in. I'd had huge, enormous blood clots all day long. Now that's not good. That's not a good sign. Blood clot here and there, you know, might be normal, but these were all day long. I put a new pad on, it would be soaked 5 minutes later. So there was no staying clean. There was no, you know, staying dry. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was going on. I thought it would eventually stop. This is because I had never had a normal period in a while. Maybe this is just making up for that. I did not know. But day 9, I went to sleep. Woke up day 10 having to go to the bathroom about 3 in the morning approximately, and I couldn't get up, and my skin was white as a ghost. Long story short, I had to call for an ambulance. They took me in, and because I couldn't drive, I couldn't even stand up, so I was soaked, and I had wanted to change before I went in, but you know, couldn't. And they took my labs right away. They drew blood. They eventually, you know, once they got my lab results back, they saw that my red blood cell count was extremely low, so they started a blood transfusion right away. And all it is an IV drip. You've seen those long poles, you know, with the clear bags of stuff. Well, this one had like the packets of blood on it, and I think I maybe got 3 bags of those. And so I was in the hospital for a few days, and the on-call gynecologist saw me and was trying to give me something to try to stop my period. He was giving me Provera, but my period still would not stop. So day 4, still nothing. It was still going. So they prepped me. They took me in. I think I ended up needing 2 more bags of blood during the procedure. And from what I understood, it's a pretty quick procedure. He just went in and he scraped the lining of my uterus, and that manages to somehow stop your period. And so yeah, I was in the hospital for maybe 5 to 6 days. They released me. They assigned me a gynecologist because I had insurance at that point, and yeah, so they assigned me a gynecologist, and they put me on a birth control pill to help me to start having my periods every month. So from then until now, I've been taking my pill every single day. I've been having a period every month, but they're so long. They last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then it's not like another month till I get it. It'll be like maybe a week in between my next period, where it goes for maybe another 2 weeks. Which, you know, when I do have them, they've kind of been like normal. They're not like really heavy like that, but they're just long. I had seen my gynecologist because I told her, you know, at that point I was on my period for like 4 weeks. I had went in for my annual exam, And yeah, I was on my period, and she's like, well, we need to have a procedure done. I recommend first to have your fibroids removed, because when I was in the hospital the initial time, one of the first things after, you know, the blood draw, they did an ultrasound where they insert, it's a transvaginal ultrasound where they insert a wand and they look inside your uterus, and your uterus, and that's when they saw the uterine fibroids. My gynecologist was recommending that I do a DNC to remove some fibroids and see if that'll help. And that was about, I don't know, maybe 10 months ago. And I was on the fence, you know, kind of debating, maybe my period will get better. Mistake number 2, if there weren't more mistakes before that. But I'm thinking, okay, you know, I'll think about it, I'll weigh it out. I know I'll get it done. I'm gonna get it done. I need some time to process it and get myself mentally prepared. But there's some things you can't mentally prepare yourself for. And this is where I recommend that some things just don't get put off. I did go in a couple months ago for a medical clearance, because, you know, I wanted to start making that first step to finally, you know, get that procedure done. So a couple months ago I went into my primary care physician, and they just did some little quick medical clearance. I'm like, okay, I have my medical clearance, at least I have that done. So now I'm just gonna wait and, you know, weigh my decisions. Is my period gonna get better? You know, is it gonna lighten up? Maybe I should just have a hysterectomy. Is this surgery removing the fibroids, is that even gonna help? What should I do? And so just the other day, without any notice whatsoever, you know, I had started my period on a Sunday and it was fine. I had one heavy day in there on Wednesday, but nothing too crazy. Friday morning I woke up completely soaked, drenched, full of clots, couldn't get out of bed, lightheaded. I knew what was going on. I'm like, oh yeah. I had my friend take me to the ER. I didn't get an ambulance this time, so I went in. They tested my blood again. It was at 4.2, my red blood, but from what I was told, a normal red blood is 12 or 13. So they put me on a transfusion again. This time I had 3 bags, and with this new gynecologist that I had, she put me on estrogen pills, so to try to stop the period, to see if that would help. And it didn't. And this time we didn't wait as long, because this was right before Labor Day and she was going to be off on Labor Day. So that night she came in, she's like, if your period hasn't stopped, I want to go in and I want to try to remove one of the larger fibroids that I see hanging, because they had also done an ultrasound again this time, but this time it was on top, it wasn't invasive. So, but she had already knew. She had already knew about it, because I had another ultrasound done, as I mentioned in one of my last vlogs. I think it's actually in the title, pelvic ultrasound. So she wanted to go in and remove that fibroid as well as a DNC. So we did that. I went in. I was sad that, you know, I had to get it done again. I felt stupid. I felt guilty. I felt just awful that I didn't listen, that I didn't do it sooner. I had intentions of doing it. I wanted to do it. I was going to do it. It's not like I'm not going to get that done. I don't need it. I'll be fine. It wasn't that. It was just a matter of when. And that's the problem. It was a short procedure again. And yeah, I was, you know, put back in the room afterwards, and I got to go home the next day. I was really nauseous, still when they let me go, I was really lightheaded. My blood count when they let me go was like 7.7, I believe. That's why I'm in this chair, because it's just been a few days since I've been home, but I'm still feeling kind of weak. I don't have all my energy back yet to do the things that I normally do, and from what I was told, it takes about 30 days for your blood cells to kind of catch up to themselves. My gynecologist told me if my blood count was at a 4.5, I'd be dead, and because I'm used to being at a 12, 13. But she said because your body's always kind of low, it's kind of compensating for it, so it's not such a drastic, even though it is a drastic drop, it's not from a 13 to a 4. Mine's, you know, kind of already low as it is. So I'll finish it up with this. I have a post-op with my gynecologist in a couple weeks. Yeah, to talk and see how things are going and see what she wants to do and recommend. And I will tell you this much: I will pay better attention. I will not hesitate as much. If I have any hesitation, questions, concerns, I will ask a million right then and there. I will not take them home with me and ponder and wonder and try to make the decision on my own. It's not something to play around with. Like me, I thought, you know, I'd be okay. Maybe this is normal. Just don't be like me. Put things off. Yeah, because I could have nearly died, and I'm very happy to be home. I am very happy to be home right now. And I think every single one of you blood donors out there, you know, you deserve more than a cookie and juice. So, yeah, I don't know whose blood is in me right now, but there's quite a lot from my first one and now this one. But I thank you guys that do that. Now you know, because I've been wanting to tell this story for quite a while now. So, I will see you in my next video, guys. I have my scar, kind of like that. This is partially from the tape ripping my skin when they, remove the IV tube.